About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers riding with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reach. Said I was gonna get it. They gon' see it, but they ain't gon' believe. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K now. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up, turn the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, sweet as ice cream, and I need, you better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't grief. I'm about to take them to the cleats. They gon' get started to press. Please not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him holding his chest like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to dip. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm getting equal. Drop a line note like a BEAUMONT. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga about to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell him rank up, tell him fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the wind, I want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today, like the rest of Sean told the hard away. Nigga, wait out of your league, please believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. It's my time, you way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. That on my flow is around. I know it's gon' be stressed. I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cool word, baby girl. I should be a soldier. You should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me. Spirits take over me, holding me high. Believe me, it's over. Look over my shoulder and I see my soldiers and they ain't no play. Keep spitting fake. He real, but I'm realer. Fucking leader, I don't feel him. Fucking God, I don't feel him. Caught his eye, I'm about to kill him. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He cross that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope he keep it cold steady. You better believe me. Certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't lie, this hard as hell. These people racist, nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this smell. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing. You better believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal. I got my reasons. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe.
All right, let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? And today is Wednesday. That means it's the law class. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Port Arthur / Beaumont Wednesday law class, where we go over scriptures in this book, the Holy Bible, set apart records for the Israelites, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We go over records in this book pertaining to the law, because the law was only given to the Israelites, not the Edomites, not the Moabites, not the Hamites. It was given to the Israelites. And if you do your research, if you do your homework, you'll know that the Edomites, that's the racial stock of the so-called white people. The Hamites, that's the racial stock of the so-called Africans, the African tribes. And the Moabites, that's the racial stock of the Chinese people. I'm saying we're not being prejudiced in this school. We're strictly going off of the records of this book. You know what I'm saying? The law was given to the Israelites. It says that in this book there are 18 different nations, and on all of the other nations, the Lord is not with those nations. The Lord is God's chosen people are the Israelites. And if you do, and if the geological and archaeological data, geographical and archaeological data proves that the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And also the scriptures prove it itself. You know what I'm saying? The curses in Deuteronomy chapter 28, those align with our people, with so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So with no further ado, we're going to get into class today. Today's law class. The name of today's class is Perfection is Expected. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church teaches you that only God is perfect. God is the only one that's perfect. And all of us, we fall short. And that's why Jesus died for us. Jesus died so we could be, it's okay for us to continue to sin. Because God knows our heart. God knows that we try. That's not the truth. The Christian church is misleading you. Your Christian pastor is doing, he's pretty much promoting white supremacy. He's pretty much, not only is he telling you that Yahweh HaMashiach, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, is a white man, but he's telling you that garbage as well. Telling you that you don't have to be perfect. So let's look up. Before we get into it, you can see I have these books here. First book I have is the King James 1611 Holy Bible. Of course, we need that to do our study. We have the King James 1611 Holy Bible. Then we have the King James Version Apocrypha. These have the scriptures that aren't in that were taken out of the Holy Bible. There are other books in these that are part of the King James Bible, but they were taken out because the oppressor of the devil, the Bible speaks of. That's why they were taken out. So we have the Apocrypha, the Bible, and also we have our Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary. You know what I'm saying? This book is a good book to have because certain words in the scriptures, we might not understand what they're talking about, and we need reference. So this Bible dictionary gives us the true meaning of words that we might not understand in the dictionary. And I'm about to use that right now. These three items, like my Adawan says, have you seen some of his classes? These three items is your Israelite starter kit. You know, if you want to start studying and start to serve the Most High, first thing you should do is get in all black and come to class. You know what I'm saying? Call the number on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Start coming to class. Get in your all black, men of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Start learning the precepts. Get your precept book, build it up. But the second thing you want to do is obtain these three items: a 1611 Holy Bible, King James Version, King James Version Apocrypha, and then a Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary, a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, excuse me. And I'm about to use this right now. So we're talking about the word perfect. How the Most High, or not the Most High, but your Christian church, your Christian pastor will lead you to believe that only the Most High is perfect. And we fall short of perfect. Well, let's look up the word perfect in this Bible dictionary, because it says, we're going to get into that, how it says the word perfect all throughout class today in the scriptures, of course. But let's see what the word perfect says in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Salakia, give me one moment while I look this word up. All right, this is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary definition of perfection or perfect. First, it says basic meaning is close to the fundamental and etymological sense of the English word complete or finished. Okay, it is used for the ritually clean victim of sacrifice and for uprightness of character. All right, well, as far as sacrifice, we know that doesn't pertain to us anymore, because what happened? Christ died for us to not have to sacrifice things anymore. We don't have to sacrifice beasts or animals anymore because of our transgressions of the law. So we know that sacrifice, the definition of sacrifice doesn't pertain to us. But what does it say? It says, and for uprightness of character. It is applied to the law and to God himself. The New Testament suggests that perfection is the attainment of the end or aim of being, and is therefore a relative term to be understood within its context. Absolute perfection can therefore be an attribute of God alone. Okay. I like what it says. Okay, God, we do know God is perfect, but we know from reading the scriptures and what it says here, it says, and for uprightness of character. Uprightness of character. What would uprightness of character be? That would be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go over today some of the people, because we know Christ is perfect. We just said we know God is perfect. And then we know Christ is perfect, the Son of God. He performed all those miracles. You know what I'm saying? He died, then came back. You know what I'm saying? He did things that, you know what I'm saying, your ordinary human being couldn't normally do, because of his relationship with the Most High. So we know he was perfect, and we know that he kept all of the law, statutes, and commandments. Let's not go past that. Christ kept all of the law, statutes, and commandments, and showed perfect brotherhood. So we know that much. But there's other people in the scriptures that were perfect as well. And that's what we're going to get into right now. The first person I'm going to go over is Noah. Noah lived a perfect life also. It was perfect, meaning he kept all the law, statutes, and commandments. How do I know this? Because it says it right here in the scriptures. I'm going to pull it. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 6, verse 9. Beginning. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. All right, there it says it right there. He was a just man and he was perfect. So what do we know about Noah? We know that we're not going to pretty much read the story of Noah, but what we know about Noah is that the Most High was angry with the whole world. He was angry with everybody. He was angry with the beasts and man. And he was going to wipe out the world with the flood. But here, let's go up a little bit. I'm going to go up to chapter verse 7. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. So the Most High was pretty much, he was pretty much second guessing himself. He was like, these people are committing sin. They're going so crazy with sinning down there. They're sleeping with each other. You know, I'm saying they're sleeping out of their race. You know, they're having what do you call it? Interracial marriages. They're having interracial marriages. They're even going as far as to doing other wicked marriages. They're doing abominations. There's men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. They're even sleeping with beasts. They're going too wild down there. I don't want them anymore. I'm going to destroy them. And then that's the Most High said. But I'm going to keep going. Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. For Noah found grace. The Most High saw Noah and said, okay, I messed with this person right here. This brother right here, I don't want to destroy him. And then it goes on to the verse that I pulled. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. Noah feared the Most High and kept all of the commandments. Now we do know back then, in the days of Noah, you know, the law of Moses was not there yet. So if Noah was upright and perfect, that means there is a way to be morally righteous. There is a way to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? Walk with God, fear the Most High, and do it, hearken into His word, do as He says, before the actual law was given. Because how else do we know that? We know that because we know the law was given, the breath of life that was given to Adam. That was the law, statutes, and commandments. That was the rules and regulations for pretty much being able to run the Garden of Eden, because the Garden of Eden was perfect. You know, the Garden of Eden had fruits, vegetables, livestock. It had everything that was perfect. The best of the world was in the Garden of Eden, and the breath of life was the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave to Adam to be able to uphold that. Also, we know Cain and Abel. We know that the Most High was with Abel, but not with Cain. You know what I'm saying? It shows right there, people were able to be righteous and be unrighteous. Cain was unrighteous, Abel was righteous. And these were all people before Israel, before Jacob had his 12 children and had the law, statutes, before the law, statutes, and commandments were given to Israel from Moses. So going back to Noah was the only righteous man in the whole world. And if we know the story of Noah sent the Most High sent that flood to flood out the whole earth. But Noah was given instructions from the Most High to save 2 of every beast. You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing, but 2 of every creature, and himself. And they were put. Noah even warned the people that a flood was coming, but people didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Noah was one of the first prophets. That's what we do today. We're warning the people that Babylon will be falling. We're warning our brothers and sisters that, you know what I'm saying, that time is coming. It's the end times right now. We see in the book of Revelations, it says there'll be wars and rumors of wars. That's what we're trying to warn people now, that this is that time. World War III is upon us. Christ will return and give judgment. But back to the original lesson. Noah was righteous. You know what I'm saying? Noah, he kept all the law, statutes, and commandments. And he feared the Most High and walked with God. He was one of the people that I'm bringing out today was perfect. So we know that Christ was perfect, and now we know Noah was perfect as well, because the Most High wouldn't have spared Noah and decided to make all of flood all of the life on earth except for Noah and what Noah put on his boat if he wasn't perfect. So there you have it. Noah was perfect. Next, I'm going to bring about Job. Job was perfect also. Again, Job was before Israel, so the law, statutes, and commandments weren't written and given to the children of Israel yet. You know, so we didn't have the exact blueprint on how to be righteous. We did, but we did in a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? We knew how to be righteous because of what the men before us, how they lived. You know what I'm saying? Adam lived a righteous life. Adam, I'm not gonna bring out Adam because Adam transgressed also, but Job, he lived a perfect life. And that's what we're gonna look up right now. This is the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God and eschewed evil. What does that sound like again? That sounds like a man that keeps the law. You know, so the law wasn't written again, but he knew what to do. He knew to fear the Most High, and he knew to serve the Most High, and he knew he see the law, statutes, and commandments before the word was given from the Most High to Moses. It was pretty much word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? The men before them taught them how to be righteous. And if they didn't want to live a righteous life, then they would do things like worship other gods or serve themselves and worship their birth and celebrate birthdays. You know what I'm saying? Job's children celebrated birthdays, and Job's children got judgment because of that. You know what I'm saying? But what did Job get? And if we know the story of Job, then we understand that Job was tested. You know what I'm saying? The Most High did allow Satan to touch Job, meaning, well, not touch Job, but touch everything around him. And meaning that all of Job's, Job's property was burned, all of his cattle and livestock, his house burned down. All of Job's children died. You know what I'm saying? Job's wife damn near left him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to keep, he all of these things happened to Job, and Job kept his faith in the Most High. He remained right. What was he? He was upright. He remained upright. He remained that righteous brother. And then in the end, the Most High blessed Job. He gave him more children. He gave him 10 times as much property as he had before and riches. You know what I'm saying? Job, and he lived. I don't know exactly. Here, I can look it up. This is the end. He lived a really long life. I want to be certain because we have the scriptures right in front of us, so we can just look it up. After this, this is the book of Job, chapter 42, verse 16. This is the end of the book of Job, the 42nd chapter, verse 16. After this lived Job 140 years and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job was already an old man when these curses came upon him. But after the curses were finished, he lived 140 plus years. You know what I'm saying? 140 additional years. He was able to see his grandchildren and grandchildren's children. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened to Job for being upright. Another brother in the scriptures that lived a perfect life. You know what I'm saying? Perfection, we have to understand that perfection is something that has to be attained, but it's not something that's only for the Most High. We can say it's for the Most High's chosen only because we are the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? We are the children of the Most High. We are God's set apart people, set apart his chosen people, so-called Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, the children of Israel. So we have Job, perfect brother, and then we have Noah, a perfect brother. Both of these brothers, you know what I'm saying, received great things. Noah was able to be the racial stock of the world after the flood. Job, he lived that long life, and all of his items and his property was replenished, and he was able to have more children as well. So that's Job and Noah. So next, I'm going to bring out a third person that lived perfectly, Abraham. We all know Abraham, you know what I'm saying, the father of many nations. But why was Abraham the father of many nations? Why was he the one that the Most High made that covenant with, those promises with? Because he was perfect. I'm going to bring that out right now. In the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 5. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. I'm going to go up a little bit to give us some context. This right here is talking about the Most High giving orders to Isaac. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse. Well, let's go all the way to verse 1. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 26, verse 1. And there was a famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord, verse 2, and the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell of thee. Verse 3, sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed, for I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. Verse 4, and I will make thee seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thee thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Verse 5, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. That's the Most High telling Isaac that do this. Go to that land and sojourn there. Take that land upon yourself and live there. And I'm gonna bless you because I told your father that I would bless you. And why did I tell your father I would bless you? Because what? Your father kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes. The Most High Abraham listened to the Most High. When the Most High gave instructions to Abraham, he fulfilled them. He was ready to sacrifice his son Isaac. He was ready to sacrifice Isaac for the Most High, but the Most High told him, no, you don't have to do that. So then again, a person that kept the commandments, the statutes, the laws of the Most High. These people were perfect. These brothers were perfect. So let's how does that pertain to us as the nation of Israel? You know what I'm saying? How do we know that keeping the laws, the Most High, being perfect is keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments? Well, we know when the law was given to us, we were given an order. We could do like Abraham and hearken to the voice of the Most High, listen to his orders, keep his orders, and carry them out, or we could do like what we want to do. We could put our own spin on it. And right now, I'm about to pull when that order was given in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. He didn't say keep some of the commandments. He didn't say keep the commandments that you know you can do. He didn't say keep the commandments that you want to do. And the other ones you don't have to do it with. Like people that don't want to pay their tithes, but want to keep watching the class and learning the scriptures, or get counsel even. You know what I'm saying? You should want to pay your tithes if you're getting counsel from the men of the Lord. But there's some people that don't want to do that, or those people that want to observe the feast days and observe the Sabbath, but they keep want to smoke weed. They want to smoke cigarettes and weed. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to harm yourself. There's a law, and smoking, putting smoke in your lungs is harming yourself. That's bodily harm. That's killing yourself. You're not supposed to do that. That's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Or even those of us that want to keep eating pork and shrimp and crab and lobster, catfish. You know what I'm saying? We want to eat what we want to eat, but we want to pray to the Most High. We want to ask for forgiveness. Like I said, the end times are now. You know what I'm saying? There's wars and rumors of wars. World War III is upon us. And what does it say in the book of Revelations? World War III has to come to pass before Christ comes back. And when Christ comes back, we're gonna get our judgments. You know what I'm saying? And we pray for that day. It's gonna be a dark day. It's gonna be the Christian church will lead you to believe that day is a glorious day. People are gonna get beamed up on chariots and lose their clothes, and the rapture is gonna come upon us. But really, that day is more judgment day than a glorious day. And what do we know? Who deserves righteous judgment, and who deserves, well, all of the judgment will be righteous, but in getting that judgment, who's going to get death? Who's going to get their head chopped off by Christ himself? You know what I'm saying? What nations of people will be destroyed and put into captivity? It says in the book of Revelation, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, and he that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what's going to happen. People's judgments are going to come. And well, Salaki, I lost train of thought. Get back what I was saying. Oh yeah, Moses commanded us to keep all the law, statutes, and commandments, not to keep some of them, to keep all of them. We have to eat. We have to keep dietary laws. We have to keep the cleanliness laws. We have to keep the Sabbath. We have to observe the Sabbath. We have to observe the high holy days. We have to do all these things. We have to show brotherhood. We can't try to cheat our brother, or you know what I'm saying, put usury upon our brother. You know what I'm saying? We have to do all of these things and plenty more. There's 613 law, statutes, and commandments. And we can't pick and choose which ones we want to keep. So we have to keep all of them. We have to be perfect. And that's what Moses told us. I'm gonna read it again. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. And then it goes to chapter 28. Chapter 28 tells you what happens if you do keep those commandments. I'm gonna read it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee high above all nations of the earth. So we're going to be the rulers of the earth, the children of Israel. We're going to be the ones that people have to cleave to in order to be fed, food stamps. We're going to be the ones that people go to for justice, police. We're going to be those ones that are in rulership. We make the laws and the says of the earth. And I'm going to paraphrase again, but the scriptures say when the earth, when the righteous are in rulership, the earth will rejoice. You know what I'm saying? When we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and when we're in rulership of the earth, then the world will rejoice. But when the wicked are in rulership, the earth will mourn. The earth is mourning right now. You know what I'm saying? The ocean is polluted. There's oil and garbage in the ocean. There's a hole in the ozone layer. You know what I'm saying? The actual earth, the place that we live on, there's all these animals being extinct. You know what I'm saying? The earth is mourning. You know what I'm saying? But when the righteous are in rulership, the earth will rejoice. The grass is going to be happier. The trees are going to be able to breathe better. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be running the earth properly. But back to the lesson. So we know that these three brothers in the scriptures, Noah, Job, and Abraham, they lived perfect lives as well as Christ. They were perfect, and they got righteous judgment from the Most High for being perfect. So what are some examples of somebody not listening to the Most High, not hearkening to the voice of the Lord, and getting the judgment for that? We know Moses. Now Moses was real close. Moses was real. He did the work of the Lord. Moses was a great brother. You know what I'm saying? But he fell short just a little bit, and he wasn't able to go into the promised land. If you're following with the I know Port Arthur and Beaumont, I.S.U.P.K, Port Arthur and Beaumont, our Sabbath service is directed to Houston Sabbath service. So for brothers and sisters watching, if you want to start watching Sabbath service, go to I.S.U.P.K Houston, and that's where Port Arthur and Beaumont. We still need to get a school where we can hold Sabbath service. But right now, our Sabbath service is conducted at Houston. So you could log on to I.S.U.P.K Houston, start following Sabbath service there, and in Sabbath service rather, we're learning that, you know what I'm saying, right now we're at the part where Moses was going over the curses. We right after that, and right now he's passing the torch on to Joshua. Joshua will be the new leader of the Israel. Why couldn't Moses continue to be the leader of Israel in the promised land? Because of one thing. He decided not to listen to the Most High on one thing. When the children of Israel were in the wilderness and they needed water, Moses went to the Most High and said, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites need water. You know what I'm saying, they're coming in, they're whining, they're complaining about how it was better in Egypt. And they're thinking that I brought them out here in this land just to die. They need water to be able to drink. So the Most High said to Moses, you know what I'm saying, the Most High will lead you to a rock and speak to that rock, and then water will come out of that rock. And then the children of Israel and their beasts shall be able to drink that water that comes out of the rock. And then that's how you know the Most High is with you. The Most High loves you. And the Most High is giving you life through that miracle. It's a miracle right there. Through that miracle right there, That's how you know. What did Moses do? Moses led the children to the rock, but he decided to put his own spin on things. We're going to read that. It's the book. First, I'm going to take us to the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 7. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 7. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the rod, and gather thou assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. Moses giving the instructions to Moses. I'm sorry, the Most High giving the instructions to Moses. Verse 9. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord as he commanded him. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? Verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. So right there you can see Moses put his own twist on things. As you can know from reading before, Moses was becoming vexed with the children of Israel because we're the children, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? We are a stiff-necked people, but we'll let you know when we're going through it. You know what I'm saying? We'll complain. You know what I'm saying? Well, what is this? The kids in the back seat of the car? Are we there yet? Mama, I'm hungry. Daddy, I gotta use the bathroom. How come we not there yet? You know what I'm saying? Children of Israel will complain when it's time when we're being when we're going through it. That's the children of Israel they're pretty much complaining to Moses left and right. You know what I'm saying? Moses was being vexed. That's why Moses decided he wanted to put his own spin on things. He wanted to say, before he gave the children of Israel water, he wanted to say, hear now, ye rebels, y'all that don't want to listen. Must we fetch you water out of this rock? You know what I'm saying? Speak to them as if they're ungrateful. And then on top of that, he smote the rock. You know what I'm saying? He smote the rock. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, he wasn't pleased with this. He gave the children of Israel water, but I'm gonna keep going until verse 12. The book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them. That's pretty much the Most High telling them certain people aren't going to be able to congregate in the chosen land. And I'm gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 3 verse 27, where it's pretty much recapping on that, recapping on Moses not being able to dwell with the children for that simple act. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 27. Get thee up. Well, let's give some context before we start reading. So right here in this part of the book of Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, the Most High was explaining to Moses about the promised land. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much giving the order for the children of Israel to go and to take the promised land. Verse 27, it says, Get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up thine eyes westward, and northward, and southward, and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes, for thou shalt not go over this Jordan. So that's the land that the Most High promised unto the children of Israel. Verse 28, but charge Joshua and encourage him and strengthen him, For he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which thou shalt see. So Joshua, that he's pretty much saying, charge Joshua, give this to tell Joshua to take the children of Israel to this land, because you're not going to be able to make it. The Most High, Moses was the one that led the children of Israel out of Egypt, who split the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? Who went to Pharaoh time and time again, and asked for things for the children of Israel. So in their captivity, to make things better for them, to give them a break, to give them 3 days so they can serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The one who was with the Most High all this time, and with the children of Israel too, serving them. He wasn't able to make it to the promised land, because he didn't show perfection. He wanted to put his own spin on things when it came to time to carry out the Most High's orders. He didn't show perfection, so he wasn't able to go into the promised land. Who else didn't show perfection? We know Solomon. If we know a thing or two about Solomon, we know he had many wives, but some of Solomon's wives were not Israelites, were not women of his nation. And that's why Solomon got the judgment he got also. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the law, statutes, and commandments that you're not supposed to sleep with other nations. It says in the book of in the Torah, it says, don't give your sons to their daughters, nor your daughters to their sons. You know, so we're not supposed to have interracial marriages. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to do these things. That's how we live a perfect life, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, being perfect. But Solomon didn't do this. We're going to read what happened to Solomon now. Solomon had interracial marriages, and those interracial marriages, when he got old with those women turned their eyes against the Most High. They start worshiping their gods, and Solomon he started turning against the Most High and listening to his wife. Yeah, honey, I guess you're right. You know what I'm saying? That's what Solomon started doing. And we're going to read about it. We're going to go to the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. All right. So this verse 1, just to give us some context on where we at with Solomon and his wives. So this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. All right, there it says. Solomon loved many strange women. Now, if we know something about Solomon, we know that he was King David's son. You know what I'm saying? King David was, man, the Most High loved King David, and the Most High loved Solomon too. But he really loved King David, and that's why Solomon was king, because King David was his father. And Solomon was the Most High loved Solomon too. You know what I'm saying? Solomon prayed to the Most High for answers on how to lead the children, and the Most High gave him great knowledge and great wisdom. Solomon was said to be the wisest man Israel has ever known. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't live a perfect life. He fell short of being perfect. And we're going to read what happened to him. We're going to skip down to verse 4. Verse 4. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 4. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, and as was the heart of David his father. So it says it right there. His heart was not perfect with the Most High, as his father's heart was, as David's heart was, because his wives turned his heart away from loving the Most High. So he was, and it says in the scriptures, you know, that Christ said this: the greatest commandment is to love the Most High with all your heart, and all your mind, and all your soul. Second greatest commandment is to love your brother as you love yourself. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but those are the first two great commandments above all the others. And that's where Solomon fell short with the first one. You know what I'm saying? Because of his wives. If he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, dibbling dabbling in other nations in the first place, he wouldn't have to worry about that. He broke the law first off to get the other wives or to get the other nations' wives, and then that's where the big no came, and he started. I'll read it again, verse 4. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. He started to worship other gods because of his wives. That's the big no, worshiping other gods. If you've been watching these classes and keeping up with us, then you know that the Most High, he hates it when you worship other gods. He calls that whorism. He calls you being a whore. He relates the children of Israel into being whore, into showing whoredom when they go serve other gods. We all know how disgusting the life of a whore is. You know, they're sleeping with other men upon men upon men. That's how the Most High sees us when we go to other guys. He sees us as whores. So that's what Solomon was doing. Solomon was pretty much being a whore to the Most High. He was worshiping other guys. What happened to him? We're going to read it. I'm going to skip down to verse 11. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 11. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, forasmuch as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. So he took the kingdom from Solomon. Solomon wasn't able to be king anymore because of that. His servant, Solomon's servant was the one who was king. I think his name was Jeroboam. Lucky, excuse me, Israel, for not being able to pronounce it. Jeroboam. Sorry, there it is. Lucky, Jeroboam. So Jeroboam became king. That was Solomon's servant. Jeroboam later became king, and not only did Jeroboam take the throne from Solomon, but because of Solomon's transgression, serving other guys and sleeping with other women, Israel was split. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, they were split. I'm gonna read about that briefly as well. The same chapter, verse 28. This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 28. And the man Jeroboam was a mighty man of valor, and Solomon, seeing the young man that he was industrious, he made him ruler over all the charge of the house of Joseph. Verse 29. And it came to pass that time when Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah the Shilamite found him the way. So I'm going to skip down to 31. Verse 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces. I should have read that. So I'm going to go back to where I left off and talking about Ahijah in verse 29. I'm going to start from 29 from the top. And it came to verse 29. And it came to pass that the time where Jeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahijah the Shilonite found him in the way, and he had clad himself with a new garment, and they were two alone in the field. Verse 30. And Ahijah caught the new garment that was on him and rent it in 12 pieces. Verse 31. And he said to Jeroboam, take thee 10 pieces, for thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I will rend the kingdom out of the hand of Solomon, and I will give 10 tribes to thee. So Jeroboam was only given 10 tribes. Those 10 tribes we know are it's like the northern kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanics, part of the Levites, and the Gadites and the north the native Indians and some Seminole Indians, Native Indians, Seminole Indians, and Hispanics, the Northern Kingdom. That was split from the Southern Kingdom, which are the so-called blacks and the least part of the Levites and the Benjamites, the West Indians. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, I say those geographical titles to get you to understand who we're talking about. But at that point in time, they were all Israelites. They were all just children of Israel. They weren't living in those specific land masses at that point in time. But at that point in time, they were split: the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. That's how the Hispanics ended up where the Hispanics were, and the Native Indians and the Seminole Indians ended up where they were, and the blacks and the West Indians ended up where they were later because of this split. But this split happened all because of one man. He was the king of Israel at that time. He wanted to fall short. He didn't want to be perfect. That's what falling short of perfection gets us, Israel. That's why we have to be perfect. So now let's go to what Christ said. So we know Christ is perfect, but Christ taught us to be a certain way, did he not? Christ taught us, he taught us from the Old Testament how to live and what to do and what not to do. Jesus Christ. That's what the world knows as as. His real name is Yahawashi HaMashiach. Yahawashi. Let's go to what Yahawashi told us to do. And I'm going to take us to the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. This is in the New Testament. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So these letters are read right here. This is Christ speaking. This is Christ saying that he didn't come to destroy the law or what the prophets have to say, but to fulfill that. To fulfill means to bring to completion. Christ has come to bring to completion the law, which means to give us the law. Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Not one jot or one tittle. That's Christ saying. That's Christ speaking like a brother. He's putting a little flavor in. He's saying not one little speck of y'all, not one little bit of y'all are gonna pass from the law. So I'm gonna read it again. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, till all time come. It's like that's just me. Till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. That means not nobody shall be given pass from the law. Till all be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is exempt from keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Not one little jot, not one little tittle. You know what I'm saying? When you cross your T's and dot your I's, not one of those are being passed. The law is for everybody. And I'm gonna keep going into what it says after that. What Christ said after that. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever shall break the least of the commandment. That means the little commandment. That means being something small, like being unclean and then dapping up your brother. You know what I'm saying? Saluting your brother, not telling him that you're unclean and being amongst the congregation. Something small. Then that person is not he's gonna be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Even those that teach to do that, your Christian pastor teaching that pork is okay, teaching not to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that person is gonna be deemed as least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's what we in ISUPK trying to do. We trying to teach us, our brothers and sisters, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Not only because we want to be called great in the kingdom of heaven, because we want to be the 144,000, because we want rulership, but because we showing brotherhood, man. We don't want our brother out here transgressing against the law. You know what I'm saying? We want our brother to inherit the kingdom like the same way we want. That's brotherhood. The same way Commander General YAHANNA decided to spread this truth, decided to teach this truth when he had the option to just pretty much call it quits. When it came time to the truth and the future of the truth will be continued upon his decision, by him going through hard times. He decided to go through them hard times because he wanted his brothers and sisters to know the truth about the Bible, to know that they were supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, to be perfect as Christ taught them to. And I'm gonna skip down to that scripture too. It's Matthew chapter 5 and verse 48, the same chapter, 48th verse. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. This is Christ telling us after all that, telling us after be a brother to the brother. In context of this right here, it's the same chapter, but that's the last verse of the chapter. He's telling us to keep the law in verse 18. He's telling us before 48, he's saying be brother to even our enemies in our nation, to even those that say they don't love us, that despise us. So your Christian pastor will tell you not to watch classes in the I.S.U.P.K. Your mother and your father will tell you not to go to camp with them brothers. Them brothers are crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we're supposed to love them too. That's what Christ told us to do. And then at the very end, he told us what? He told us to be ye therefore perfect, as our Father is perfect in heaven. That's Christ telling us that we're supposed to be perfect, that we're not supposed to fall short of the law. Like it said in Deuteronomy 27 and 1. Here, I'm going to go back to it. Last verse I'm going to pull. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses said, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people. And Moses with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. Keep all of them. That's what Christ is telling us to do. Be ye therefore perfect, like our Father is perfect in heaven. We can be perfect that way by keeping all of the commandments. And I'm gonna wrap it up with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, brothers and sisters that are watching, the ISUPK down south cookout is coming soon. It's if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, then you're welcome, free of charge. You know what I'm saying? Come chill with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Be with your brothers and celebrate with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're having a cookout at the school. The cookout dates are. Give me one moment. I'm going to be talking about this cookout throughout all the classes, but the cookout dates, November 23rd through 26th. All those days, 23rd through 26th, at 7701 Belford Street, Houston, Texas. That's where the down south cookout will be held. All of the zones, this zone, the Port Arthur Beaumont zone will be there. You know what I'm saying? The Killeen zone will be there. San Antonio zone will be there, and brothers and sisters from all over the world, all over the nation, within different zones in the West Coast, the East Coast, all zones all over the nation. New York headquarters, Commander General YAHANNA himself will be there. You know what I'm saying? So come celebrate with the school, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have all those days, the 23rd through the 26th of November. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate with the Aki, free of charge. Eat with us, drink with us, kids allowed. It'll be events for the kids. There's gonna be a Thursday. That Thursday is gonna be a scripture breakdown, and then like there's gonna be a scripture breakdown, and then game night that Thursday. Then that Friday is we're gonna be teaching the Akim and the Akwathian how to dress animals. You know what I'm saying? How to cut a chicken. These things will be needed in the end times. How to field dress animals. How to cut a chicken, pluck the feathers, or field dress your cow. You know what I'm saying? Get that meat out of it. And we'll be eating fresh food. The cookout. That Saturday will be the cookout. My phone keeps. Saturday will be a lecture by Commanding General YAHANNA, and then that Sunday will be the cookout. So all Akim and Akwathian, feel free to join. No fee, no price. We're not trying to charge you. We're just trying to have a good time with our family. This is a family affair, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And with that, I'm going to get us the security announcements so we can end class. Security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There was another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ai Shara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Feast of the Dedication, Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month, by the space of 8 days. Thursday, the 7th of December, 2023, for 8 days. Can be read about in 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. And that feast day will be held at the Houston School until further notice. Because again, Port Arthur and Beaumont, we have yet to get a school for ourselves to hold these things. But that will be held at the Houston School, 7701 Belford Street, Houston, Texas. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And that concludes the security announcements. And with that, I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatham, and a courtesy salute to the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Elathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Shalom.